Well, alright, welcome back to As It Should Be. Paul Bertolino here, and well, it's time for another track versus track video. Actually, it isn't really time for another track versus track video. I've been doing an awful lot of those lately, but it's just one of those weeks where you're getting a track versus track because that's what I have time for. And also, yeah, what I really had wanted to do this week, I'm going to give you a little spoiler alert here. I'm actually, the next thing I really want to do is ranking the ABBA albums. That's kind of what, it's on the horizon. But I wasn't ready for it this week. May or may not be ready for it next week, but it's coming soon. So for now, doing a track versus track, and this is a track versus track that I've kind of had on I have a whole list of track versus track ideas, and this is one of the ones that I've been really kind of wanting to do for a while. So I'm doing it right now, and that is, I want to pit John Lennon against Paul McCartney. John versus Paul. I'm going to do John Lennon's Walls and Bridges versus Paul McCartney and Wings, Venus and Mars. Yeah. Now, you know, some people are going to go, well, that's not a fair fight because blah, 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 blah. Yeah, whatever. It's a fair fight to me because I love both those albums. Some people, I think a lot of people do like Venus and Mars, but I'm not so sure that Walls and Bridges seems to kind of slip through the cracks. And, well, I love Walls and Bridges. I think it's a great Lennon album, and in fact, both of those albums. Eventually, I'm going to rank the Lennon albums, and eventually, I'm going to rank the McCartney albums, and both of those albums are very high on my lists. So, another spoiler alert. But, and well, as you can see, I have a Venus and Mars back there. I don't have a Walls and Bridges here, and really, the only reason I have that Venus and Mars here is because I ran into it at a record store and. Well, okay, well, what I do usually with records like that, when I'm flipping through records and I see, let's say, Venus and Mars comes with posters. And I always, just out of curiosity, go, oh, I wonder if the posters are in there. So this particular copy, I was flipping through and I'm like, oh, the posters are inside. And I pull it out. Yeah, there's the one with the series of photos of them at the barn. And what's this other one? And there was this other poster. It wasn't the one of Paul and Linda with the top hats in New Orleans. It was this other Wings poster that I had no idea what it was, and it was this really cool poster that I'd never seen before. So I just bought it. I mean, that poster alone was worth the price of this used copy of Venus and Mars. And well, I'll show you the poster right here. Yeah, see this poster. I looked at this poster. I'm like, what is this? I had no idea. So I bought it just because this is such a cool poster. And when I came home, I looked it up, and turns out it was a 75 or 76 UK tour poster. And, well, I'd never seen it before, so there you go. So that's why I have a Walls and Bridges, a Venus and Mars back there. And my Walls and Bridges is at my mom's house with most of my records, as is my better copy of Venus and Mars. And, let's see. Just get my little tally sheet ready here. Let's go for Venus versus Walls. Okay, so let's get started. All right, so track one. And I'll show. Before I get started, actually, I should point out that I had to do a little bit of fudging on this. Walls and Bridges, I dumped Ya Ya, which is the last track at the end of the album. It's just a little, you know, 10-second track that isn't necessary. And with Venus and Mars, I combined the Venus and Mars tracks, like track one, I'm doing Venus and Mars and Rock Show as one track. And, you know, that kind of a thing, just to make them line up. So it's 11 tracks for both albums, and here we go. Okay, so track one on Walls and Bridges is Going Down on Love. Great, great, great track. It's a little bit of it's a weird, kind of a deep cut opening Lennon track, but man, I think it's really good. I mean, I remember the first time I heard it actually heard it on the radio before I had the album, and I was like, wow, this is really cool. Oh, this is from one of those Lennon albums I don't have. This is when I was a kid, and you know, it kind of whet my appetite for this record. And well, that's going up against Venus and Mars Rock Show from the Venus and Mars album, and well, you know, that's actually a little tough because I really love both of them. I mean, Venus and Mars Rock Show is obviously great. It's really epic on the Wings Over America album. It's a little, I feel like it's a little tepid and a little wimpy on this album compared to the live version, but it's still a great track. And Going Down on Love is like this really good, kind of funky, unusually funky Lennon track. You know, bongos, you know, 70s. Man. Ooh. That's actually a little tougher than I thought it should be. Or tougher than I would have expected. Going Down on Love, rock show. Ooh. Ah, damn. You know what? I gotta give it to McCartney. I gotta give it to Venus and Mars rock show. I have to. I mean, I really do. I really love Going Down on Love. I almost chose that. But I kind of go back further with Venus and Mars rock show. It's far more epic. And, yeah, I gotta go with that. So track 2 on Walls and Bridges is Whatever Gets You Through the Night, which of course was the biggest single on the album, which he did as a duet with Elton John, went number 1. Everybody knows that whole story. Versus number 2, track number 2 on Venus and Mars, which is Love in Song. And Love in Song is a track that I would imagine that most McCartney detractors would really hate, or even people who like McCartney but kind of are a little choosy would probably hate that track. I love Love in Song. Absolutely love that track. In fact, I love the entire Venus and Mars album. I love that whole album. But in fact, I'm giving that one to McCartney. I'm choosing Love in Song over whatever gets you through the night. Believe it or not. You know, I never was that big on Whatever Gets You Through the Night. I don't know. It was always I always found that track a little cheesy. It's okay. I kind of like it, but like the horns are kind of over the top on that thing. It's kind of a little bit, yeah. I like the track, but I like Love in Song more. Okay, so track number 3 on Walls and Bridges is Old Dirt Road, the song Lennon wrote with Harry Nilsson. And, well, that is going up against You Gave Me the Answer on Venus and Mars. Now, Old Dirt Road is the one, that's probably the blandest track on Walls and Bridges. And you would think that Lennon co-writing with Nilsson would result in an absolute classic. You know, we're talking like an Imagine level classic. I think it's the blandest song on the album. I mean, I actually had to go and listen to it before I did this to remember how it went. And that's the only song I have to do that with on this album, but there's just something about it. It just doesn't stick with me. So, I'm giving it to You Gave Me the Answer, which I absolutely love and have always loved ever since I was a kid. Damn, Paul's wiping the floor with John. A lot of you, of course, are probably saying, well, of course, because Venus and Mars is a better album. I know a lot of you think so. And, yeah, I guess technically I think so too, but I really love Walls and Bridges. I mean, Walls and Bridges is going to get some points. Okay, so track number 4 is on Walls and Bridges is What You Got. And that's going up against Magneto and Titanium Man from Venus and Mars. Well, that's easy. I love What You Got. What You Got is a really great, just like screaming, rocking Lennon track. But I love Magneto and Titanium Man. All right, so Paul has 4 and Lennon has nothing. Sorry, John. Okay, so hold on, John. We'll see how it goes. Track number 5 from Walls and Bridges is Bless You. And that's up against track number 5 on Venus and Mars, which is Letting Go. Oh, man. Now, I know what I'm going to choose, but let me tell you, Bless You is one of my very favorite songs on this album. In fact, it's one of my very favorite Lennon solo tracks. I absolutely love Bless You. But Letting Go? You fucking kidding me? Letting Go is just... That's like, literally, that's probably a top 5 McCartney track for me. So, sorry, John. Okay, so track number 6 on Walls and Bridges The last track on side 1 of Walls and Bridges is Scared. And that goes up against the 6th track on Venus and Mars, which is actually the beginning of side 2, Venus and Mars / Spirits of Ancient Egypt. Now, as I mentioned, I love all of Venus and Mars, even the songs by the other guys. Spirits of Ancient Egypt is a Denny Laine track. He wrote the song, he sings the song, and I like that song. You know, I mean, it made Wings Over America, right? I mean, come on, it's a good song, and but you know what? I'm gonna give that to John. It took a Denny Laine song for John to get a point. What are you gonna do? But I swear, I really do like Spirits of Ancient Egypt. So anyway, well, track number 7 on Walls and Bridges. Whoa, man. Number 9 Dream. Number 9 Dream. What a track. And that goes up against track number 7 on Venus and Mars, which is Medicine Jar. Medicine Jar, now that's a Jimmy McCulloch track, written and sung by Jimmy McCulloch. Great track. But dude, number 9 Dream? Easily my favorite song on this album, by far, and one of my very favorite John Lennon tracks. I mean, remember what I said about Letting Go? Well, this is John Lennon's equivalent. Number 9 Dream, almost couldn't lose. I mean, I'm glad it wasn't going up against Letting Go. You would have seen me have, like, some sort of a crazy nervous breakdown right before your eyes. So, let's move on. Track number 8 on Walls and Bridges is Surprise, Surprise, Sweet Bird of Paradox. And, Venus and Mars, God, I don't have my glasses on, people. Call Me Back Again for Venus and Mars. Man, what a song that is. You know, that's easy. Call Me Back Again. That's always been one of my favorite songs on this album, and it was one of my favorite songs on Wings Over America. And I really love Surprise, Surprise. That's a great track, but can't hold a candle to Call Me Back Again. Okay, so then track number 9 on Walls and Bridges is Steel and Glass. Sort of the part 2 of How Do You Sleep? You know, Lennon always changed the story a little bit. He claimed, well, this one's about me, you know. And when I went back and I looked at the lyrics, I realized I was just writing about myself. Whatever. And actually, I can kind of see where he's doing that. I think that's kind of him. Steel and Glass is him sort of directing the How Do You Sleep, you know, sort of vibe, and the lyric and the venom back at himself. But, you know, he and Paul had really become friendly again by that point, so I think it was kind of a gesture of saying, well, you know what? Yeah, what about you, motherfucker? And it's a great song. But that goes up against number 9 on Venus and Mars, which is Listen to What the Man Said. Ooh. Damn. McCartney gets another one. Listen to What the Man Said is absolutely one of my very favorite McCartney tracks. Top 5 easily. Easily. I absolutely love that song. I have loved that song since I was a kid, since I used to hear it on the radio when I was 6. And, alright. So, what's next? Track number 10 on Walls and Bridges is Beef Jerky. Beef Jerky is a filler track. It's an instrumental filler track. So, whatever that's going against, it's probably going to lose. Venus and Mars, Treat Her Gently / Lonely Old People. Well, you know what? McCartney does win this just because it's better than Beef Jerky. But, you know, Treat Her Gently / Lonely Old People is easily my least favorite on the album. So, and he still won. Okay, McCartney is completely wiping the floor with Lennon. Sorry, John. Track number 11 is on Walls and Bridges is Nobody Loves You When You're Down and Out. Really great track, and that goes up against track number 11, which is a throwaway track on Venus and Mars, the Crossroads theme, which I guess Crossroads was a TV series in England, right? And just for whatever reason, Wings did a cover of the theme song and put it on their album. Well, that's an easy win for John. Nobody Loves You When You're Down and Out is one of the great tracks on this album. Against Crossroads, no problem. Well, okay. Well, anybody who said Walls and Bridges couldn't possibly hold a candle to Venus and Mars, you were right! Because, man, Venus and Mars got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and Walls and Bridges got 3. What are you gonna do? I had greater hope because I really do love Walls and Bridges, but man, Venus and Mars is a heavy hitter, so whatever. It's just a fun video, guys. Don't take it too seriously. It doesn't matter. Whatever. Why don't you guys go down below and give me your list? Give me your list of which songs do you prefer? Maybe you prefer Beef Jerky over Treat Her Gently. I don't know. It's possible. Let me know. Thanks for everybody's watching the videos, and if you subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, then subscribe. And if you do subscribe, click the little bell. And, comment and like and all that kind of stuff. And shout out to Dr. Fuck, the originator of the track versus track idea. I salute him. And, well, I will see you guys again soon. And hopefully I'll be getting that ABBA video done pretty soon, all right? Bye-bye.